Book 19 of Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by phone. Book 19, Sea Drift. Out of the cradle, endlessly rocking. Out of the cradle, endlessly rocking. Out of the mockingbird's throat, the musical shuttle. Out of the 9th month midnight. Over the sterile sands and the fields beyond, where the child, leaving his bed, wandered alone, bareheaded, barefoot. Down from the showered halo. Up from the mystic play of shadows twining and twisting as if they were alive. Out from the patches of briars and blackberries. From the memories of the bird that chanted to me. From your memories, sad brother, from the fitful risings and fallings I heard. From under that yellow half-moon, late risen and swollen as if with tears. From those beginning notes of yearning and love there in the mist. From the 1,000 responses of my heart never to cease. From the myriad thence aroused words. From the word stronger and more delicious than any. From such as now they start the scene revisiting. As a flock, twittering, rising, or overhead passing. Borne hither ere old eludes me, hurriedly. A man, yet by these tears a little boy again. Throwing myself on the sand, confronting the waves, I, chanter of pains and joys, uniter of here and hereafter, taking all hints to use them, but swiftly leaping beyond them, a reminiscence sing. Once Paumanok, when the lilac scent was in the air and 5th month's grass was growing, up this seashore in some briars, 2 feathered guests from Alabama, 2 together, and their nest, and 4 light green eggs spotted with brown. And every day the he-bird to and fro near at hand. And every day the she-bird crouched on her nest, silent, with bright eyes. And every day I, a curious boy, never too close, never disturbing them, cautiously peering, absorbing, translating. Shine, shine, shine! Pour down your warmth, great sun, while we bask, we 2 together. 2 together. Winds blow south, or winds blow north. Day come white, or night come black. Home, or rivers and mountains from home. Singing all time, minding no time, while we 2 keep together. Till of a sudden, may be killed, unknown to her mate, one forenoon the she-bird crouched not on the nest, nor returned that afternoon, nor the next, nor ever appeared again. And thenceforward all summer in the sound of the sea, and at night under the full of the moon in calmer weather, over the hoarse surging of the sea, or flitting from briar to briar by day, I saw, I heard at intervals the remaining one, the he-bird, the solitary guest from Alabama. Blow, blow, blow! Blow up, sea winds, along Paumanok's shore! I wait and I wait till you blow my mate to me. Yes, when the stars glistened, all night long on the prong of a moss-scalloped stake, down almost amid the slapping waves, sat the lone singer wonderful, causing tears. He called on his mate. He poured forth the meanings which I of all men know. Yes, my brother, I know. The rest might not, but I have treasured every note, for more than once dimly down to the beach gliding, silent, avoiding the moonbeams, blending myself with the shadows. recalling now the obscure shapes, the echoes, the sounds and sights after their sorts, the white arms out in the breakers tirelessly tossing. I, with bare feet, a child, the wind wafting my hair, listened long and long. Listened to keep, to sing, now translating the notes, following you, my brother. Soothe, soothe, soothe. Close on its wave soothes the wave behind, and again another behind, embracing and lapping, everyone close, but my love soothes not me, not me. Low hangs the moon. It rose late. It is lagging. Oh, I think it is heavy with love, with love. Oh, madly the sea pushes upon the land, with love, with love. Oh, night, do I not see my love fluttering out among the breakers? What is that little black thing I see there in the white? Loud, 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 loud I call to you, my love. High and clear I shoot my voice over the waves. Surely you must know who is here, is here. You must know who I am, my love. Low-hanging moon, what is that dusky spot in your brown yellow? Oh, it is the shape of my mate. Oh, moon, do not keep her from me any longer. Land, 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 whichever way I turn, oh, I think you could give me my mate back again, if you only would. For I am almost sure I see her dimly, whichever way I look. Oh, rising stars, perhaps the one I want so much will rise with some of you. Oh throat, oh trembling throat, sound clearer through the atmosphere. Pierce the woods, the earth. Somewhere listening to catch you must be the one I want. Shake out carols, solitary here, the night's carols. Carols of lonesome love, death's carols. Carols under that lagging, yellow, waning moon. Oh, under that moon, where she droops almost down into the sea. Oh, reckless, despairing carols. But soft, sink low, soft, let me just murmur, and do you wait a moment, you husky-noised sea. For somewhere I believe I heard my mate responding to me, so faint, I must be still to listen, but not altogether still, for then she might not come immediately to me. Hither, my love, here I am, here! With this just sustained note I announce myself to you. This gentle call is for you, my love, for you. Do not be decoyed elsewhere. That is the whistle of the wind. It is not my voice. That is the fluttering of the spray. Those are the shadows of leaves. Oh, darkness! Oh, in vain! Oh, I am very sick and sorrowful. Oh, brown halo in the sky near the moon, drooping upon the sea! Oh, troubled reflection in the sea! Oh, throat, oh, throbbing heart! And I singing uselessly all the night. Oh, past, oh, happy life! Oh, songs of joy! In the air, in the woods, over fields, loved, 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 loved! But my mate no more with me. We two together no more. The area sinking, all else continuing, the stars shining, the winds blowing, the notes of the bird continuous echoing, with angry moans the fierce old mother incessantly moaning, on the sands of Paumanok's shore grey and rustling, The yellow half-moon enlarged, sagging down, drooping, the face of the sea almost touching. The boy ecstatic, with his bare feet the waves, with his hair the atmosphere dallying. The love in the heart long pent, now loose, now at last tumultuously bursting. The aria's meaning, the ears, the soul, swiftly depositing. The strange tears down the cheeks coursing. The colloquy there, the trio each uttering. The undertone, the savage old mother incessantly crying. To the boy's soul's questions suddenly timing some drowned secret hissing to the outsetting bard. Demon or bird, said the boy's soul, is it indeed toward your mate you sing, or is it really to me? For I, that was a child, my tongue's use sleeping, now I have heard you. Now in a moment I know what I am for, I awake, and already 1,000 singers, 1,000 songs, clearer, louder, and more sorrowful than yours. 1,000 warbling echoes have started to life within me, never to die. O you singer solitary, singing by yourself, projecting me! O solitary me, listening, never more shall I cease perpetuating you. Never more shall I escape, never more the reverberations. Never more the cries of unsatisfied love be absent from me. Never again leave me to be the peaceful child I was before what there in the night. By the sea, under the yellow and sagging moon. The messenger there aroused, the fire, the sweet hell within, the unknown want, the destiny of me. Oh, give me the clue! It lurks in the night here somewhere. Oh, if I am to have so much, let me have more. A word then, for I will conquer it. The word final, superior to all. Subtle, sent up. What is it? I listen. Are you whispering it, and have been all the time, you sea waves? Is that it from your liquid rims and wet sands? Whereto answering, the sea, delaying not, hurrying not, whispered me through the night, and very plainly before daybreak, lisped to me the low and delicious word death, and again death, 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 hissing melodious, neither like the bird nor like my aroused child's heart, but edging near as privately for me, rustling at my feet, creeping thence steadily up to my ears and laving me softly all over. Death, 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 which I do not forget, but fuse the song of my dusky demon and brother, that he sang to me in the moonlight on Paumanok's grey beach, with the 1,000 responsive songs at random, my own songs awaked from that hour, and with them the key, the word up from the waves, the word of the sweetest song and all songs, that strong and delicious word which, creeping to my feet, or like some old crone rocking the cradle, swathed in sweet garments, bending aside, the sea whispered me. As I ebbed with the ocean of life. 1. As I ebbed with the ocean of life, as I wended the shores I know, as I walked where the ripples continually wash you, Paumanok, where they rustle up hoarse and sibilant, where the fierce old mother endlessly cries for her castaways, I, musing late in the autumn day, gazing off southward, held by this electric self out of the pride of which I utter poems, was seized by the spirit that trails in the lines underfoot, the rim, the sediment that stands for all the water and all the land of the globe. Fascinated, my eyes reverting from the south, dropped to follow those slender windrows. Chaff, straw, splinters of wood, weeds and the sea gluten, scum, scales from shining rocks, leaves of salt lettuce, left by the tide. Miles walking, the sound of breaking waves the other side of me. Paumanok there and then, as I thought the old thought of likenesses. These you presented to me, you fish-shaped island. As I wended the shores I know, as I walked with that electric self seeking types. 2. As I went to the shores I know not, as I list to the dirge, the voices of men and women wrecked, as I inhale the impalpable breezes that set in upon me, as the ocean so mysterious rolls toward me closer and closer, I too but signify at the utmost a little washed-up drift, a few sands and dead leaves to gather and merge myself as part of the sands and drift. Oh, baffled, balked, bent to the very earth, oppressed with myself that I have dared to open my mouth, aware now that amid all that blab whose echoes recoil upon me, I have not once had the least idea who or what I am, but that before all my arrogant poems, the real me stands yet untouched, untold, altogether unreached, withdrawn far, mocking me with mock-congratulatory signs and bows, with peals of distant ironical laughter at every word I have written, pointing in silence to these songs, and then to the sand beneath. I perceive I have not really understood anything, not a single object, and that no man ever can. Nature here inside of the sea taking advantage of me to dart upon me and sting me, because I have dared to open my mouth to sing at all. 3. You oceans both, I close with you. We murmur alike reproachfully rolling sands and drift, knowing not why, these little shreds indeed standing for you and me and all. You friable shore with trails of debris, you fish-shaped island, I take what is underfoot, what is yours is mine, my father. I too, Paumanok, I too have bubbled up, floated the measureless float, and been washed on your shores. I too am but a trail of drift and debris. I too leave little wrecks upon you, you fish-shaped island. I throw myself upon your breast, my father. I cling to you so that you cannot unloose me. I hold you firm till you answer me something. Kiss me, my father. Touch me with your lips as I touch those I love. Breathe to me while I hold you close the secret of the murmuring I envy. 4. Ebb, ocean of my life, the flow will return. Cease not your moaning, you fierce old mother. Endlessly cry for your castaways, but fear not, deny not me. Rustle not up so hoarse and angry against my feet as I touch you or gather from you. I mean tenderly by you and all. I gather for myself and for this phantom looking down where we lead, and following me and mine. Me and mine, loose windrows, little corpses, froth, snowy white and bubbles. See, from my dead lips the ooze exuding at last. See, the prismatic colours glistening and rolling. Tufts of straw, sands, fragments, buoyed hither from many moods, one contradicting another. From the storm, the long calm, the darkness, the swell. Musing, pondering, a breath, a briny tear, a dab of liquid or soil. Up just as much out of fathomless workings fermented and thrown. A limp blossom or two, torn, just as much over waves floating, drifted at random. Just as much for us that sobbing dirge of nature. Just as much whence we come, that blare of the cloud trumpets. We, capricious, brought hither we know not whence, spread out before you. You up there, walking or sitting. Whoever you are, we too lie in drifts at your feet. Tears. Tears, tears, tears. In the night, in solitude, tears. On the white shore dripping, dripping, sucked in by the sand. Tears, not a star shining, all dark and desolate. Moist tears from the eyes of a muffled head. Oh, who is that ghost? That form in the dark, with tears? What shapeless lump is that, bent, crouched there on the sand? Streaming tears, sobbing tears, throes, choked with wild cries. O storm, embodied, rising, careering with swift steps along the beach! O wild and dismal night storm, with wind, O belching and desperate! O shade so sedate and decorous by day, with calm countenance and regulated pace, but away at night as you fly, none looking. Oh, then the unloosened ocean of tears, tears, tears. To the man-of-war bird. Thou who hast slept all night upon the storm, waking renewed on thy prodigious pinions. Burst the wild storm? Above it thou ascendedst, and rested on the sky, thy slave that cradled thee. Now, a blue point, far, far in heaven floating, as to the light emerging here on deck I watch thee. Myself a speck, a point on the world's floating vast. Far, far at sea, after the night's fierce drifts have strewn the shore with wrecks, with reappearing day as now so happy and serene, the rosy and elastic dawn, the flashing sun, the limpid spread of air cerulean, thou also reappearest. Thou born to match the gale, thou art all wings, to cope with heaven and earth and sea and hurricane, thou ship of air that never furls thy sails, days, even weeks untired and onward, through spaces, realms gyrating. At dusk that lookest on Senegal, at morn America, that sport'st amid the lightning flash and thunder cloud, in them, in thy experiences, hadst thou my soul. What joys were thine! Aboard at a ship's helm. Aboard at a ship's helm, a young steersman steering with care. Through fog on a sea coast dolefully ringing, an ocean bell, oh, a warning bell, rocked by the waves. Oh, you give good notice indeed, you bell by the sea reefs ringing, 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 to warn the ship from its wreck place. For as on the alert, O steersman, you mind the loud admonition. The bows turn, the freighted ship, tacking, speeds away under her grey sails. The beautiful and noble ship with all her precious wealth speeds away gaily and safe. But oh, the ship, the immortal ship! Oh, ship aboard the ship! Ship of the body, ship of the soul, voyaging, voyaging, voyaging. On the beach at night. On the beach at night stands a child with her father, watching the east, the autumn sky. Up through the darkness, while ravening clouds, the burial clouds, in black masses spreading, lower sullen and fast athwart and down the sky, amid a transparent clear belt of ether yet left in the east, ascends large and calm the Lord star Jupiter, and nigh at hand, only a very little above, swim the delicate sisters, the Pleiades. From the beach the child holding the hand of her father, those burial clouds that lower victorious soon to devour all, watching, silently weeps. Weep not, child, weep not, my darling. With these kisses let me remove your tears. The ravening clouds shall not long be victorious. They shall not long possess the sky, they devour the stars only in apparition. Jupiter shall emerge. Be patient. Watch again another night. The Pleiades shall emerge. They are immortal. All those stars, both silvery and golden, shall shine out again. The great stars and the little ones shall shine out again. They endure. The vast immortal suns and the long-enduring pensive moons shall again shine. Then, dearest child, mournest thou only for Jupiter? Considerest thou alone the burial of the stars? Something there is. With my lips soothing thee, adding I whisper, I give thee the first suggestion, the problem and indirection. Something there is more immortal even than the stars. Many the burials, many the day and nights passing away. Something that shall endure longer even than lustrous Jupiter, longer than sun or any revolving satellite, or the radiant sisters, the Pleiades. The world below the brine. The world below the brine, forests at the bottom of the sea, the branches and leaves, sea lettuce, vast lichens, strange flowers and seeds, the thick tangle openings, and pink turf. Different colors, pale grey and green, purple, white and gold, the play of light through the water. Dumb swimmers there among the rocks, coral, gluten, grass, rushes, and the aliment of the swimmers. Sluggish existences grazing there suspended, or slowly crawling close to the bottom. The sperm whale at the surface blowing air and spray, or disporting with his flukes. The leaden-eyed shark, the walrus, the turtle, the hairy sea leopard, and the stingray. Passions there, wars, pursuits, tribes, sight in those ocean depths, breathing that thick breathing air as so many do. The change thence to the sight here, and to the subtle air breathed by beings like us who walk this sphere. The change onward from ours to that of beings who walk other spheres. On the beach at night alone. On the beach at night alone, as the old mother sways her to and fro singing her husky song. As I watch the bright stars shining, I think a thought of the clay of the universes and of the future. A vast similitude interlocks all spheres, grown, ungrown, small, large, suns, moons, planets, all distances of place however wide, all distances of time, all inanimate forms, all souls, all living bodies though they be ever so different, or in different worlds, all gaseous, watery, vegetable, mineral processes, the fishes, the brutes, all nations, colors, barbarisms, civilizations, languages, all identities that have existed or may exist on this globe, or any globe, all lives and deaths, all of the past, present, future. This vast similitude spans them, and always has spanned, and shall forever span them, and compactly hold and enclose them. Song for all seas, all ships. 1. Today a rude brief recitative of ships sailing the seas, each with its special flag or ship signal, of unnamed heroes in the ships, of waves spreading and spreading far as the eye can reach, of dashing spray and the winds piping and blowing, and out of these a chant for the sailors of all nations, fitful, like a surge, of sea captains young or old, and the mates, and of all intrepid sailors, of the few, very choice, taciturn, whom fate can never surprise nor death dismay. Picked sparingly, without noise, by thee, old ocean, chosen by thee, thou sea that pickest and cullest the race in time, and unitest nations, suckled by thee, old husky nurse, embodying thee, indomitable, untamed as thee. Ever the heroes on water or on land, by ones or twos appearing, ever the stock preserved and never lost, though rare, enough for seed preserved. 2. Flaunt out, O sea, your separate flags of nations. Flaunt out visible as ever the various ship signals. But do you reserve especially for yourself and for the soul of man one flag above all the rest? A spiritual woven signal for all nations, emblem of man elate above death, token of all brave captains and all intrepid sailors and mates, and all that went down doing their duty. Reminiscent of them, twined from all intrepid captains young or old, a pennant universal, subtly waving all time o'er all brave sailors, all seas, all ships. Patrolling Barnegat. Wild, wild the storm, and the sea high running, steady the roar of the gale, with incessant undertone muttering, shouts of demoniac laughter fitfully piercing and pealing, waves, air, midnight, their savagest trinity lashing, out in the shadows there milk-white combs careering, on beachy slush and sand spurts of snow fierce slanting, where through the murk the easterly death wind breasting, through cutting swirl and spray, watchful and firm advancing. That in the distance, is that a wreck? Is the red signal flaring? Slush and sand of the beach, tireless till daylight wending, steadily, slowly, through hoarse roar never remitting, along the midnight edge, by those milk-white combs careering, a group of dim, weird forms, struggling, the night confronting, that savage trinity warily watching. After the Sea Ship. After the sea ship, after the whistling winds, after the white grey sails taut to their spars and ropes, Below, a myriad waves hastening, lifting up their necks, tending in ceaseless flow toward the track of the ship. Waves of the ocean, bubbling and gurgling, blithely prying. Waves, undulating waves, liquid, uneven, emulous waves, toward that whirling current, laughing and buoyant, with curves, where the great vessels sailing and tacking displace the surface. Larger and smaller waves in the spread of the ocean yearnfully flowing. The wake of the sea-ship after she passes, flashing and frolicsome under the sun. A motley procession with many a fleck of foam and many fragments, following the stately and rapid ship, in the wake following. End of Book 19. Recording by phone. Book 20 of Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by phone. By the Roadside. A Boston Ballad, 1854. To get betimes in Boston town, I rose this morning early. Here's a good place at the corner, I must stand and see the show. Clear the way there, Jonathan. Way for the President's Marshal. Way for the Government cannon. Way for the Federal Foot and Dragoons, and the apparitions copiously tumbling. I love to look on the stars and stripes. I hope the fifes will play Yankee Doodle. How bright shine the cutlasses of the foremost troops! Every man holds his revolver, marching stiff through Boston town. A fog follows, antiques of the same come limping. Some appear wooden-legged, and some appear bandaged and bloodless. Why this is indeed a show, it has called the dead out of the earth. The old graveyards of the hills have hurried to see. Phantoms! Phantoms countless by flank and rear. Cocked hats of mothy mould crutches made of mist. Arms in slings, old men leaning on young men's shoulders. What troubles you, Yankee phantoms? What is all this chattering of bare gums? Does the ague convulse your limbs? Do you mistake your crutches for firelocks and level them? If you blind your eyes with tears, you will not see the President's Marshal. If you groan such groans, you might balk the Government cannon. For shame, old maniacs! Bring down those tossed arms, and let your white hair be. Here gape your great-grandsons, their wives gaze at them from the windows. See how well dressed, see how orderly they conduct themselves. Worse and worse. Can't you stand it? Are you retreating? Is this hour with the living too dead for you? Retreat then, pell-mell. To your graves, back to the hills, old limpers. I do not think you belong here anyhow. But there is one thing that belongs here. Shall I tell you what it is, gentlemen of Boston? I will whisper it to the mayor. He shall send a committee to England. They shall get a grant from the Parliament, go with a cart to the royal vault, dig out King George's coffin, unwrap him quick from the grave-clothes, box up his bones for a journey. Find a swift Yankee clipper. Here is freight for you, black-bellied clipper, up with your anchor. Shake out your sails, steer straight toward Boston Bay. Now call for the President's Marshal again, bring out the Government cannon. Fetch home the roarers from Congress, make another procession, guard it with foot and dragoons. This centerpiece for them. Look, all orderly citizens, look from the windows, women. The committee open the box, set up the regal ribs, glue those that will not stay. Clap the skull on top of the ribs, and clap a crown on top of the skull. You have got your revenge, old buster, the crown is come to its own, and more than its own. Stick your hands in your pockets, Jonathan, you are a made man from this day. You are mighty cute, and here is one of your bargains. Europe, the 72nd and 73rd years of these states. Suddenly, out of its stale and drowsy lair, the lair of slaves, like lightning it leapt forth half-startled at itself, its feet upon the ashes and the rags, its hands tight to the throats of kings. O hope and faith! O aching close of exiled patriots' lives! O many a sickened heart! Turn back unto this day, and make yourselves afresh. And you, paid to defile the people, you liars, mark! Not for numberless agonies, murders, lusts, for court thieving in its manifold mean forms, worming from his simplicity the poor man's wages, for many a promise sworn by royal lips and broken and laughed at in the breaking. Then in their power not for all these did the blows strike revenge, or the heads of the nobles fall. The people scorned the ferocity of kings. But the sweetness of mercy brewed bitter destruction, and the frightened monarchs come back. Each comes in state with his train, hangman, priest, tax-gatherer, soldier, lawyer, lord, jailer, and sycophant. Yet behind all lowering stealing, lo, a shape, vague as the night, draped interminably, head, front, and form, in scarlet folds, whose face and eyes none may see. Out of its robes only this, the red robes lifted by the arm, one finger crooked pointed high over the top, like the head of a snake, appears. Meanwhile, corpses lie in new-made graves, bloody corpses of young men. The rope of the gibbet hangs heavily, the bullets of princes are flying, the creatures of power laugh aloud, and all these things bear fruits, and they are good. Those corpses of young men, those martyrs that hang from the gibbets, those hearts pierced by the grey lead, cold and motionless as they seem, live elsewhere with unslaughtered vitality. They live in other young men, O kings! They live in brothers again ready to defy you. They were purified by death, they were taught and exalted. Not a grave of the murdered for freedom but grows seed for freedom, in its turn to bear seed, which the winds carry afar and re-sow, and the rains and the snows nourish. Not a disembodied spirit can the weapons of tyrants let loose, but it stalks invisibly over the earth, whispering, counseling, cautioning. Liberty, let others despair of you, I never despair of you. Is the house shut? Is the master away? Nevertheless, be ready, be not weary of watching. He will soon return, his messengers come anon. A hand mirror. Hold it up sternly. See this it sends back. Who is it? Is it you? Outside fair costume, within ashes and filth. No more a flashing eye, no more a sonorous voice or springy step. Now some slave's eye, voice, hands, step, a drunkard's breath, unwholesome eater's face, venerali's flesh, lungs rotting away piecemeal, stomach sour and cankerous, joints rheumatic, bowels clogged with abomination, blood circulating dark and poisonous streams, words babble, hearing and touch callous, no brain, no heart left, no magnetism of sex. Such from one look in this looking-glass ere you go hence. Such a result so soon, and from such a beginning. Gods. Lover divine and perfect comrade, waiting content, invisible yet, but certain, be thou my God. Thou, the ideal man, fair, able, beautiful, content, and loving, complete in body and dilate in spirit, be thou my God. O Death, for life has served its turn, opener and usher to the heavenly mansion, be thou my God. Aught of mightiest, best I see, conceive, or know, to break the stagnant tie, thee to free, O soul, be thou my God. All great ideas, their race's aspirations, all heroisms, deeds of rapt enthusiasts, be ye my gods. Or time and space, or shape of earth divine and wondrous, or some fair shape I, viewing, worship, or lustrous orb of sun or star by night, be ye my gods. Germs. Forms, qualities, lives, humanity, language, thoughts, the ones known and the ones unknown, the ones on the stars themselves, some shaped, others unshaped, wonders as of those countries, the soil, trees, cities, inhabitants, whatever they may be, splendid suns, the moon and rings, the countless combinations and effects, such like, and as good as such like, visible here or anywhere, stand provided for a handful of space, which I extend my arm and half enclose with my hand, that containing the start of each and all, the virtue, the germs of all. Thoughts. Of ownership, as if one fit to own things could not at pleasure enter upon all, and incorporate them into himself or herself. Of vista, suppose some sight in arriere through the formative chaos, presuming the growth, fullness, life, now attained on the journey. But I see the road continued, and the journey ever continued. Of what was once lacking on earth, and in due time has become supplied, and of what will yet be supplied. Because all I see and know I believe to have its main purport in what I will yet be supplied. When I heard the learned astronomer. When I heard the learned astronomer, when the proofs, the figures, were ranged in columns before me, when I was shown the charts and diagrams, to add, divide, and measure them, when I was sitting heard the astronomer where he lectured with much applause in the lecture room, how soon unaccountable I became tired and sick, till rising and gliding out I wandered off by myself, in the mystical moist night air, and from time to time looked up in perfect silence at the stars. Perfections. Only themselves understand themselves and the like of themselves, as souls only understand souls. O me, O life! O me, O life, of the questions of these recurring, of the endless trains of the faithless, of cities filled with the foolish, of myself forever reproaching myself, for who more foolish than I, and who more faithless? Of eyes that vainly crave the light of the object's mean, of the struggle ever renewed, of the poor results of all, of the plodding and sordid crowds I see around me, of the empty and useless years of the rest, with the rest me intertwined, the question, O me, so sad recurring, what good amid these, O me, O life? Answer. That you are here, that life exists and identity, that the powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. To a President. All you are doing and saying is to America dangled mirages. You have not learned of nature. Of the politics of nature you have not learned the great amplitude, rectitude, impartiality. You have not seen that only such as they are for these states, and that what is less than they must sooner or later lift off from these states. I sit and look out. I sit and look out upon all the sorrows of the world, and upon all oppression and shame. I hear secret convulsive sobs from young men at anguish with themselves, remorseful after deeds done. I see in low life the mother misused by her children, dying, neglected, gaunt, desperate. I see the wife misused by her husband. I see the treacherous seducer of young women. I mark the ranklings of jealousy and unrequited love attempted to be hid. I see these sights on the earth. I see the workings of battle, pestilence, tyranny. I see martyrs and prisoners. I observe a famine at sea. I observe the sailors casting lots who shall be killed to preserve the lives of the rest. I observe the slights and degradations cast by arrogant persons upon labourers, the poor, and upon negroes and the like. All these, all the meanness and agony without end, I sitting look out upon, see, hear, and am silent. To rich givers. What you give me I cheerfully accept, a little sustenance, a hut and garden, a little money, as I rendezvous with my poems, a traveller's lodging and breakfast as journey through the States. Why should I be ashamed to own such gifts? Why to advertise for them? For I myself am not one who bestows nothing upon man and woman. For I bestow upon any man or woman the entrance to all the gifts of the universe. The Dalliance of the Eagles. Skirting the river road, my forenoon walk, my rest. Skyward in air, a sudden muffled sound, the dalliance of the eagles, the rushing amorous contact high in space together, the clinching interlocking claws, a living, fierce, gyrating wheel, 4 beating wings, 2 beaks, a swirling mass tight grappling, in tumbling, turning, clustering loops, straight downward falling, till o'er the river poised, the twain yet one, a moment's lull, a motionless still balance in the air, then parting, talons loosing, upward again on slow firm pinions slanting, their separate diverse flight, she hers, he his, pursuing. Roaming in thought, after reading Hegel. Roaming in thought over the universe, I saw the little that is good steadily hastening towards immortality, and the vast all that is called evil I saw hastening to merge itself and become lost and dead. A farm picture. Through the ample open door of the peaceful country barn, a sunlit pasture field with cattle and horses feeding, and haze and vista and the far horizon fading away. A child's amaze. Silent and amazed even when a little boy, I remember I heard the preacher every Sunday put God in his statements, as contending against some being or influence. The runner. On a flat road runs the well-trained runner. He is lean and sinewy, with muscular legs. He is thinly clothed, he leans forward as he runs, with lightly closed fists and arms partially raised. Beautiful women. Women sit or move to and fro, some old, some young. The young are beautiful, but the old are more beautiful than the young. Mother and babe. I see the sleeping babe nestling the breast of its mother. The sleeping mother and babe, hushed, I study them long and long. Thought. Of obedience, faith, adhesiveness. As I stand aloof and look, there is to me something profoundly affecting in large masses of men following the lead of those who do not believe in men. Visored. A mask, a perpetual natural disguiser of herself, concealing her face, concealing her form, changes and transformations every hour, every moment, falling upon her even when she sleeps. Thought. Of justice, as if I could be anything but the same ample law, expounded by natural judges and saviours, as if it might be this thing or that thing, according to decisions. Gliding o'er all. Gliding o'er all, through nature, time and space, as a ship on the waters advancing, the voyage of the soul, not life alone, death, many deaths I'll sing. Hast never come to thee an hour? Has never come to thee an hour, a sudden gleam divine, precipitating, bursting all these bubbles, fashions, wealth? These eager business aims, books, politics, art, amours, to utter nothingness? Thought. Of equality. As if it harmed me, giving others the same chances and rights as myself. As if it were not indispensable to my own rights that others possess the same. To old age. I see in you the estuary that enlarges and spreads itself grandly as it pours in the great sea. Locations and times. Locations and times. What is it in me that meets them all, whenever and wherever, and makes me at home? Forms, colours, densities, odours. What is it in me that corresponds with them? Offerings. 1,000 perfect men and women appear. Around each gathers a cluster of friends, and gay children and youths with offerings. To the States. To identify the 16th, 17th or 18th Presidentiad. Why reclining, interrogating? Why myself and all drowsing? What deepening twilight scum floating atop of the waters? Who are they as bats and night dogs askant in the Capitol? What a filthy Presidentiad! O South, your torrid suns! O North, your Arctic freezings! Are those really congressmen? Are those the great judges? Is that the President? Then I will sleep a while yet, for I see that these states sleep, for reasons. With gathering murk, with muttering thunder, and lambent shoots we all duly awake. South, north, east, west, inland and seaboard, we will surely awake. End of Book 20. Recording by phone.